is up, everyone? Welcome to the video. Blacklight here with another Grey Zone Warfare update, and this is the official patch notes for Grey Zone Warfare, patch notes 0.1.2, and we did go through this before, but there's been a lot more that's been fixed in regards to this patch. A little optimization through specific things, also obviously the LZ changes, which are 100% confirmed and in play now, and just a lot of adjustments, QOL things that I wanted to go through and do quickly with you guys. Hope you're doing well. Before we get into it, of course, please subscribe for upcoming content around Grey Zone Warfare, and of course other games that we might delve into in the third-person shooter and first-person shooter content. Now, first and foremost, the 9 new landing zones for more convenient traveling to specific areas. Adjusted also terrain to these to accommodate them, which is cool. We might do a video on all the new LZs and what they look like so you can see them. And then these are the things that we're going through now that have been added, which is a missing notification when trying to invite a friend to squad and when they are already in squad. So that's been added. They've also added a notification that there is no ammo or magazine in pockets when trying to reload. So that's cool, just to let you know, hey mate, you need some bullets in those mags. Confirmation dialogue for various squad and friend actions have been added. Missing sound effects on the character creation screen, not really a massive one there. Notification for players to claim their addition awards, which is cool. Optimizations to reduce rubber banding. This is more of the bigger things they've added in. So I did dive into the game and it felt fluent. I wasn't getting any rubber banding and I was in US West from Oceania, which is cool. So that's a good sign. Separate sensitivity settings for aiming down sights. This is the biggest one for me with the LZ changes. I was asking for this for so long and I was so annoyed with this. But essentially when you go into settings now and you go to controls, you'll see 3 sensitivity settings. One will be for your normal sort of hip fire, then your mouse sensitivity, and also your ADS sensitivity. So when you're aiming with your scopes, that is going to be able to be changed to whatever sensitivity you feel like best for your shooting requirements. Sounds to vendor progression actions. They've added the missing radiation in the ground zero area, so it is now deadly once you enter the area. Pickup and destination zone description to the helicopter widget, which is what we discussed previously. Various VRAM optimizations, so they are adding in and constantly working on optimizing the in-game gameplay. Vendor confirmation when leaving vendor screen and items in the basket using back or escape. And the last thing they added was your preferred game mode is now selected when launching the game. That is cool, little quality of life thing there, but that is all that it's been added in. They've adjusted and changed quite a lot of stuff. They adjusted the lighting on medium graphics quality settings, several light sources in YBL1, which is the bunker. So you would have known that when you go into the bunker, especially inside the bunker, the lighting went a bit iffy there sometimes. So that's been adjusted. Some tasks to use unique quest items. I don't know what tasks exactly they're referring to. The blur effect while suppressed for scopes and collimators. I actually don't know what a collimator is. If you do know, in the comments below, please let me know. But I assume the blur effect was the white that would happen even when you looked at windows or something like that, or maybe it's just a motion blur effect. And the flight path from Kilo 3 to Juliet 4 has been adjusted. Maybe there were some issues with FPS or the routing with other planes, helicopters. Now with the new LZs, that's most probably what they've readjusted. The changes, leaning is now disabled during provision animations, which is cool. Load magazine now selects ammunition from the equipment, not from the locker. That's also very cool. Players now cannot loot their friendly NPCs in the base camp to prevent exploiting. We all know what that is to deal with. Players will be matched to the same server after disconnection. This is really cool. We do like this because it's very annoying when you're playing with friends and then you go to a random server and you all have to back out. And they renamed the MK18 to DDM M4 to correspond with the weapon specifications. And there's been a huge amount of bug fixes. I'm going to put these in the description because there's literally over 30. I'm not going to talk about that, but they've done a huge amount of bug fixes. They've improved the player collisions with objects while holding the knife. That's cool. They polished various world locations, but they didn't go into description of what exactly the locations were. Removed a flying coffee pot near Foxtrot 3, a redundant pilot voice over when departing from an LZ. So they've just tweaked little things here to also the AK animations to be more accurate to real life. Hand movement while running flying, the character rotation when vaulting, various weapon and character animations, and the most important thing, what is next. We're dedicated to enhancing the experience of Grey Zone Warfare and will continue to improve performance leading up to our first major update. The roadmap will be released soon and we'll be sharing development updates for the day-night cycle more over time. Stay tuned and thank you for being with us throughout the early access journey. Every move matters, Madfinger Games. So as you can see there, a lot of changes, nothing crazy in terms of like, hey, I must get back to the game immediately, in my opinion, but things that will, I think, once the big update happens, be like, okay, this is going to feel good with the big update. Anyways, that is the official patch notes that have already come out now for Grey Zone Warfare patch 0.1.2. It is now live. Go jump back in if you want to have a feel and see things just quickly. Some people were still playing the game. It's still pumping in the US servers. Asia Southwest, Asia Southeast, Oceania died off a bit, but it's still pumping. There's still players, so go have some fun, go try it out, and I'll see you on the next one. I am Blacklight.